Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Steven. Welcome back to another video. Good golly gosh, bro. Getting this video out has been so difficult. Second time recording this video. I've been awake since 2 in the morning. I just got home from work and I figured, let me get on here off of like 5 hours of sleep and try and talk about the situation at hand. The situation I wanted to talk about is the Bad Bunny situation. This is my second time recording it, but hopefully this time it's a little bit better. All right, so if you've been living under a rock, it's one of the biggest topics out right now is Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl. I'm gonna just start off by saying I'm not a big American football guy. I love football, like soccer, what the Americans like to call. Those of you who are new here, just some context and some background as to who I am. I live in New York, I'm half Mexican, and obviously I'm half white, right? I look like the whitest guy on the planet. Look at me. I speak Spanish with my father. My father is Mexican. He knows very little English, and to communicate with him, I speak Spanish. Entonces, desde que soy niño tengo que hablar español con mi papá porque él no entiende el inglés mucho, y obviamente para comunicarme con mi papá tengo que hablar en español. So I speak Spanish. Spanish was my first language. I speak English. So yeah, so my opinions on the Bad Bunny Super Bowl concert is very simple. I'm gonna keep this video super short. Very simple. It wasn't the best. It wasn't like the greatest, most entertaining thing ever. And I think Bad Bunny knows that, right? I think he went out there not to be like the most iconic, most memorable performance out there. Like, it wasn't like super like flashy, and there wasn't explosions and sparkles, and there wasn't a bunch of like levitating platforms like Rihanna had. I think he was just trying to portray a message as to, like, obviously immigrant people have been going through a bunch of scrutiny in this country the past year, with ICE doing their business and just being an absolute like menace in the streets. I'm gonna be honest, if an ICE agent pulls you over, you might as well just surrender, bro. It's either that or you get shot dead. I don't know what training these guys have been going through, but for whatever reason, these guys feel like it's fucking Gotham out here, and these are thugs like that have multiple body counts, and they just should shoot on sight. What the fuck? Like, what training have these guys gone through? Clearly not enough. Clearly nowhere near the professional level. I think there was a huge like demand in employment when it came to the ICE agents, and obviously like they gave a lot of people like a bunch of like, you know, bonuses for hitting certain milestones. I believe I saw somewhere that they get paid like $200K a year. So obviously a lot of people are going to enlist for the money. These are just like citizens wearing bulletproof armor, fucking rifles and guns, and they just shoot on sight. These guys have no training. They don't have enough training for a stressful or high, you know, intense situation. The adrenaline is running. They're not thinking straight. So obviously, unfortunately, we have had situations where people just die. American citizens, not just immigrants, but American citizens as well, have just gone shot for no fucking reason. Anyways, I think Bad Bunny's like performance was just to portray immigrants in a different light than as to what's been going on in America, right? It's been showing that, you know, Hispanic people are a people of culture, a people of fun, of high energy, of a beautiful music, beautiful celebrations, functions, people getting together and dancing and vibing out, and the food. I don't like my TikTok being infested with politics and stuff, because I don't want to get involved in politics, right? But when it does come across my For You page, I sit there and watch it, right? Every time, you know, I've been seeing something of Bad Bunny like performing on the Super Bowl. Yo, when I tell you, it's just racism in the freaking comment section. Like, it's just the most blatant racism you could probably imagine. I remember when Kendrick Lamar performed the Super Bowl halftime show, he was showing, you know, black culture, right? And you know, I remember a bunch of African American folk, black folks saying, oh, if you don't get the message, it just wasn't for you, right? It wasn't for you. And that's fine. Look at me. Do I look black to you? Fuck no. I'm not black. So of course, I'm not going to understand the black culture. I'm just not. Right? I can't sit here and pretend I'm going to. But I do remember seeing a bunch of Latinos, a bunch of Hispanic people, a bunch of people from all over the world getting behind Kendrick's performance and applauding it and supporting it. But now when it's Bad Bunny, when it comes to immigrants, I'm not seeing the same support. I'm not seeing the same applause. I'm not seeing any of that same energy we had for Kendrick. Call me crazy, but that's kind of ridiculous. I saw this clip and I knew I had to show you guys. This right here is racism personified. Genuinely like such an ugly person inside and out.
I'm sorry, Piers, but to get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish-speaking, non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment.
Dude, oh my gosh. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is pure hatred and racism. You know, I'm not no soft soy boy or none of that. That is actual racism. Even the way she was like, Latinos, bro, what the fuck, man? And I want to touch upon something she said, which was the Super Bowl is supposed to be a unifying event, right? It's supposed to be something unifying, bringing America together. I think Bad Bunny was trying to do that. All right, listen, I don't listen to a lot of Bad Bunny. I'm not a super fan of Bad Bunny. I'm not a super fan of American football. Look at the scrutiny that immigrants have been going through recently in like the past year, bro. Bad Bunny performing what he did, the way he did, how he did it, was an attempt at unifying America. It was an attempt at showing the millions upon millions of people watching the Super Bowl that not all immigrants are thugs. Not all immigrants are criminals and they deserve to be deported and incarcerated. Some of the greatest, nicest, hardworking, sweetest people I know are immigrants. And I'm gonna promise you right now, I work in the city of New York, and I promise you right now, I worked in fucking Times Square, right? I worked in it was like this Cuban restaurant. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man stops a lot of people from touching the metal poles. I literally worked 1 block away from this staircase, right? So obviously Times Square is a tourist-filled attraction, right? There's so much tourists and stuff. And I worked literally 1 block from this staircase, and I worked in this restaurant, a Cuban restaurant. And I promise you right now, in the time that I worked there, obviously it's a Cuban restaurant. There's a bunch of Hispanic immigrants working the kitchen, the floor, you know, they're waiters. It's all Hispanic people. But a lot of tourists came through. A lot of white tourists came through. And I promise you right now, some of the most rude, spoiled, disgusting behavior I saw was from white folk. And the sweetest, kindest, most respectful people that I had to deal with in my time there was the immigrants. So I think Bad Bunny's attempt at unifying America is very respectable, and this woman needs to like literally check herself. Look in the mirror. You are a grown woman. Do you understand that? You are a grown woman. You don't look a day over 60. So let's, you know, have a reality check. Okay, let's have a reality check. You are a grown woman. If you don't like the show, turn it off. Watch something else. Are you being held at gunpoint to watch Bad Bunny and a bunch of women shaking butt? You're not forced to watch it. Just watch something else. Holy smokes. If you're new around here, please like and subscribe. I try not to like get super political on the channel because I know politics isn't everyone's cup of tea, and some people come here just to watch a bunch of video games and have a good time. But I feel like I had to talk about this. My girlfriend was the one that really was like, yo, Steven, you're half white, half Mexican. You should definitely talk about it. I feel like your voice would definitely be heard a little bit more. I mean, I guess we'll find out. I'll make TikTok clips of the video, and obviously this will go on YouTube, and maybe I'll get some negative feedback, right? Maybe I'll get some racists in the comments. Maybe I'll get schooled. Maybe I'm wrong about the whole debacle. I have no problem with being wrong about any of my political opinions, my religious opinions. I have no problem with being wrong. I will take full accountability. I will apologize for what I said. I'm a grown man. That's grown man shit. So with that being said, if I'm wrong, I will admit I'm wrong. I'll put my hands up, call it a day. But with this, I feel like that's blatant racism, and it's rude and it's disgusting behavior that needs to be called out. So with that being said, God bless you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.